You're going to appear on Danny Bonaducci's radio show. You're trying to get some publicity for TNA. You're having a little fun talking about you're going to steal his celebrity championship belt. Of course, Rodman actually won it on the show, but he didn't give a shit about the title. And you actually say celebrity championship wrestling was a huge, miserable failure. Now, of course, that's not the way Double J would ever talk in front of a microphone unless there was money in it. So, of course, we're doing that to set up you and Hogan. That's a little storyline. Did you watch any of Celebrity Championship Wrestling?
I mean, look, when professional wrestling gets anywhere outside of, I'll call
the lines. Yeah.
The original, I love it. I think, well, we could play with this forever, but yes, I watched it. I thought of course, me being not only a wrestling junkie and a wrestling promoter and executive producer, I think they could have done different things. I think there were too many celebrities, but I believe there is, what is Logan Paul being the U.S. champion? Isn't that kind of celebrity wrestling?
100%.
Yeah. I mean, in essence, and I'm not saying that, Logan Paul's in-ring talent is exponentially better than the celebrity wrestlers. But
hang on now. Listen, Logan Paul's a great athlete, but from what we've heard, every match that Logan Paul's ever had has been one he's practiced over and over and over and over and over and over again, either in Puerto Rico or with Shawn Michaels in Orlando. And if everybody got to have their own, every match that they have, they get 3 months of practice with Shawn Michaels, I bet they'd all be bangers, Jeff.
I do not want to discredit my man. He's.
I'm not saying he's not a great athlete, but I'm just saying the idea that we're acting like, oh, he's not a celebrity wrestler. Yes, he is.
Oh, sure.
He's not making towns with the boys.
No, sure.
Come on.
Yeah, no. Tell him to go to the ring and put in 20 and don't talk to you.
Let's go call it in the ring. Come on.
No, I'm with you. Okay. Point taken.
I'm not shitting on Logan Paul. I think he's a great value add. If you and I were making decisions with WWE, we'd do nothing different with Logan Paul. It's a home run. But the idea that we're going to say, well, he's not a celebrity wrestler. Yes, he is. He's certainly a celebrity wrestler. Come on.
1,000%. How's he doing on his merch? I've wondered about that. Is he?
I can't imagine it's good. I mean, the reality is, I'm not saying that to be shitty.
No,
he's been a heel in the company.
Okay. I'm with you there too, but it's a barometer. That's all I'm saying is it is because look, he's selling a shitload of Prime and the placement and there's a reciprocal upside and benefit and all that. But I'm curious, as they call it, the WWE universe, who in the WWE universe is emotionally connected to him to buy his merch? Where does he rank? Okay.
I don't think he does.
Okay. And that's, I mean, that ain't the end of the day. He's bringing benefits, as we've just discussed, as being the celebrity stepping in. But I wondered how his merch was moving.
I think his Logan Paul merch is selling to Logan Paul fans who follow him over to WWE. And if you were a Logan Paul blog fan or Vine fan or whatever, he's been around forever and he's an OG creator. So when he comes over and he's got a new t-shirt or he's got a new, hey, this is the mat he wrestled on, because they sell all those collectibles. I'm sure the Low Gang or whatever they're called, the Logan Paul fans online, I'm sure they're all over it. But I can't imagine that a traditional, dyed in the wool Monday Night Raw fan is like, oh my God, Logan Paul's my favorite. They probably think he has great matches, but to your point, there's no emotional investment in Logan Paul.
Okay. So, I mean, what you're saying is Cody doesn't have anything to worry about.
No, Cody Rhodes or Angle. I have nothing to worry about. We have more emotional attachment to both Codys.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, I had sidebar. I know nobody listening to this cares, but I got to bring this up to you because I know you like this sort of thing. Megan had a dinner with a lady she works with, and it was like a work dinner kind of. And she said, hey, I want you to go. And I was like, okay. So I go, and her husband listens to our podcast. He's a big podcast listener. He's also a Marine. Shout out to Danny. Thank you for your service. But what I found was interesting is usually when I don't know someone, they're a stranger to me, but they know that I'm in the wrestling space or what have you, man, they always lead with the Ric Flair talk. Naturally. I get that.
Woo!
That was not the case. They led with the Cody talk. And then after that, we talked about Cody some more. And then after that, Cody some more.
Yep.
and then Dusty, and then Rick, and then Rock. But we talked about 4 wrestlers. And that to me, because he's not on the internet, like he's not on Twitter, he's not on Instagram, he's not on message boards. This is just a guy who watches wrestling on TV. And while he's at work, found our podcast on YouTube and listens to it, but he's not like an observer reader. You know what I mean? He's not on Cage Match.
Yeah.
But he went on and on and on about Cody. And that was an aha moment for me because my man's in his 40s, like 42, maybe. He's like my age, I guess.
Yep.
But he was all about Cody. And I kind of thought Cody, like Cena before him, like Hogan before him, he's all about the kids. So, like the Cody super fans are going to respectfully be younger kids. And the idea that I had a 40-something-year-old man, Cody, not Flair, not CM Punk, not any of the other stuff, not Roman Reigns, not Drew McIntyre, none of that, just Cody. It was a aha moment for me.
Interesting. It always brings me back little things as you're saying all that. You know, the oh boy. I got to reel it back in because I feel myself getting long-winded. But, you know, Vince McMahon putting a talent on TV for a year before he even tries to shoot an angle with him. My old man saying, look, Jeff, we've got to just stay consistent with you. You're not going to move any needles, so to speak. The general public, the acceptance, you know, it was like 5 years before Lawler, you know, just you're thinking years. But at this point, how old is Cody Rhodes?
That's a great question. Let me look real fast.
Yeah, but that being said, it just time takes time.
39.
Yeah. So I mean,
he's not even a wrestler prime yet.
Time takes time. And
yeah.
So that is something, and you know, the Cena year coming up, I just like, we can go through the iterations from the WWF 80s, the Hogan, you know, the literal passing of the baton sometimes happens. Sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's not. Like Hogan to Brett was not a pretty handoff, would you say?
I would agree.
And we'll call it Brett to Shawn, not a real, and look, I'm not putting anybody on any certain level. And, you know, you had Sting and Hulk and Flair, and look, I'm not trying to get into that discussion, but you know, when you look right now and just kind of how things are transpiring, the Cena to Cody handoff, it's going to be magical.
If it happens. I mean, we don't know for sure what Cena's doing next year, but you got to assume that one of the stories is going to have to be about him trying to do something with being the 16-time champion, but we'll see.
They're going to be opponents. I'm not saying that, but he said it's his final year.
Yeah.
And you can just, and I'm not saying like you know, I think Cody is, because right now it's still Cody Roman. I mean, there's 1A and 1B. Would you not say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably Cody 1A just based on merch and things like that. But
I'm saying
I didn't mean to get into the sidebar here and spend a bunch of time on it. I just know that it's something that caught me off guard, and everybody listening to this knows that I'm a huge Cody mark. I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes, the human being, and he's my real life friend. And so I'm going to pull for him, and I'm going to wave the banner for him just like I do for you everywhere I go. But I'm biased, and I know that. And so when I sit down with someone who's not in the bubble like I am, because I'm way in it, it's crazy how far in I am now. And he says, hey, man, Cody. It was like, oh.
How about that? Yeah.
That's big. That's interesting.
Gotcha.